I'm CJ. I go by they, them pronouns. I am ace, arrow, and a gender. I am all of nothing. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking about how I discovered that I was asexual. I will get into more topics about other people's identities and representation and answering people if I get any questions, but I feel like it's best to start with just my own personal experience. And if one of y'all goes, oh, hey, I do that, then I never want to identify someone who doesn't specifically have that identity. But if you want to explore, if you want to ask questions, I am completely and totally supportive of that. Content warning. I am talking about sexual attraction. Asexuality, you do talk a little bit about sex, and that can be kind of difficult if you're repulsed. So I think it's probably fair to start with when I started questioning my sexuality at all. When I was 15 in high school, I remember vividly having a conversation with myself saying, I don't care if Mr. Right is in a woman's body, which accidental transpositivity, we love that. But I said, I don't care if Mr. Right is in a woman's body, whoever I am with, I am with. Identifying as bi for about a year or so. Then I realized I kind of like the pan colors a little more, so I started identifying as pan. And about that time when I was 16 is also when I learned the phrase demisexual, which for people who don't know, demisexual is when you feel no sexual attraction until you have a certain connection with somebody. And I just kind of went like, oh yeah, that's me. I haven't really felt sexual attraction, but like I think people are cute. I probably would at some point. So yeah, I'm demisexual. Just remembered there was a post on Tumblr that said they were sleeping with someone and their partner had Pokemon boxers on and they couldn't stop laughing and kept saying, Dikachu, I choose you. And I remember that being the funniest thing to me in the world and saying, I don't think I'll ever be able to have sex because I'm going to be reminded of that somehow. And I'm going to start laughing, and they're not going to understand why. They're not even going to have Pokemon underwear on. And I remember one of my classmates was like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not what happens in sex. And I was just like, pretty sure sex happens. I'm not going to have it. Anyway, signs. We see signs. I also remember being, a high schooler. All of my classmates are starting to explore their sexual identities and stuff like that. And I remember thinking, I am, I am pan. I am demisexual, but I am pan. I will probably have sex at some point. But as a Californian citizen, it's not legal until I'm 18. So I am just a law abiding citizen because it's the lawmakers that knows when sexual attraction is going to start. Yes, it's different in other places. Like I know that like Colorado, it's 17 instead of 18. So is like the water different or something? It's when you hit puberty. That's when you start feeling things for people. That's when you start getting crushes and realizing what you like. And so yeah, that's just I see this a lot. I see this a lot. People will say like, "Oh, I'm 15. Oh, I'm 16, and I think I'm ace arrow, but am I too young to know?" And it's like, one, it's okay if you're wrong. It's fine. What's gonna happen? You don't date someone? you don't sleep with anybody, and then you realize, oh, wait, I want to do that, it's fine. Two, you are not too young. If your classmates are starting to be like, oh, I'm gay, oh, I'm straight, oh, I'm bi, oh, I'm this and that, or oh, I'm trying to figure this out, and maybe I'm this, or maybe I'm that, then is it possible that you're a late bloomer? Yes. But if you have hit puberty, that is what puberty does. The point of puberty is to extend the population. That is how our species survives, by having puberty. So that is when this starts to happen. So if you feel like your identity is different from your societal norms, which when you're in high school, your society is other high schoolers, it is very possible that you are aro ace, or ace, or arrow, or on the spectrum, or we'll figure something out later. And it is okay to be wrong. Humans are ever fluid. Things change. The way you feel changes. It is okay to identify one way and then change your mind later. You are not betraying your community. You are just learning about yourself. And I'm just happy that the community was here to help you. Anywho, back to me. um, so yeah, throughout high school, I thought I would have sexual attraction, or what I was having was sexual attraction, but I didn't really feel an urge to do anything with that. Spent my high school years just kind of feeling a little different, but like also, it'll happen at some point. It's not legal yet, so like, why bother? Why worry about it? It seems more stressful to break the law, so I'm just not going to worry about it. And then I turned 18 and I didn't magically get sexual attraction from the lawmakers, and I went, oh, okay, maybe I just need to meet someone. Because, like I said, I identified as Demi. So I would go around being 18, being like, I'm old enough now. What do I do with this? And I did end up dating someone who was also Gray Ace and Gray Arrow, and I am incredibly appreciative of them and how they helped me discover my identities, which I will get into how they helped me with my arrow identities in a future video, but we're focusing on Ace right now. I started dating somebody when I was 21, and I liked them a lot. I tried, to feel sexual attraction, and it just wasn't happening. At least it wasn't happening a lot. And so I kind of went, oh, okay. I have the connection that I believe as a demi person I would need to feel that attraction. But I am not always feeling that attraction. So I started questioning that summer if I was gray ace or somewhere on the spectrum. And luckily for me, I transferred to a university that had a queer space and had ace and arrow discussions and meetings. Probably my favorite part about that university. I will definitely be talking about that a lot more in future videos. I went to these meetings and it didn't take me very long. Probably during the first semester, I realized, oh, okay, I'm asexual. I am asexual and I am actually pretty sex repulsed. I am not super comfortable with this stuff. And I honestly ended up breaking up with my partner, not because of anything they did, but just I wasn't interested in any sexual or romantic things. Like I said, we'll get to arrow stuff later. I was dealing with, school and stuff like that, my own depression, my own stuff. It just, having a partner wasn't in the cards for me at that moment. And they're still my friend. They're super cool. I love them a lot. They have helped me through a lot of shit. Um, I just don't feel attraction. And that is nothing against them. They are a fabulous person. I am sure there are a ton of people who feel attraction towards them. I feel attraction towards nobody. So yeah, the winter of when I was 21, I discovered that I was asexual. And what's great about being asexual and the definition of asexual is that it is little to no sexual attraction. It is not, absolutely have never ever felt sexual attraction ever in my life. Cannot possibly even imagine it, which I believe is a polysexual, which is pretty much when you're asexual and like sex repulsed. Um, but yeah, asexual is a very broad term that means little to no sexual attraction. So I am a believer that humans are very fluid creatures. We very rarely are 100% one way or the other. 100% ace, 100% allo, 100% boy, girl, gay, straight. A lot of us are like 96% that's in one of these things, and it's like, well, that's an A. Who cares? I don't really need to explore that other 4%. Um, and that's totally fine. What's nice about the identity of asexuality is that, I can be 99.99999% asexual, but I am not 100% asexual. But I am asexual because you don't have to be 100% of the time. So I'm ace. And I love being ace. I really do. I love this identity so much. I see so many people have a lot of struggling with internalized ace phobia, and I get it. I've had my struggles. I totally get it, but I am at a space where I love it. I love being ace. If it was a choice, if there was a choice, I wouldn't choose to be allo. I just nothing against it. Nothing against people who are allo, but I wouldn't. I like being ace. I love this community. I love who I am because I'm ace. I just I like it. Sometimes the sex repulsion can be kind of difficult to deal with, especially when you want to be in a sex positive world. Honestly, I want it to be more sex positive and I want people to stop sexualizing naked bodies. So I stop being repulsed by naked bodies because it's not a repulsive thing, but because there is so much sexualness wrapped around everything, I feel like I can't exist as an ace person without there being sexual stuff all over the place. And that is infuriating. So the thing is about sex positivity, if things are just fine, things were just fine with naked bodies, fine with sex, fine with consent, I could just exist as an ace person. So that got a little heated. Anyway, I love being ace. I really do. I love this community, and that's why I wanted to start this channel so I can talk about it because I like talking about it a lot. I said this in my intro video. This is a special interest of mine. This is a special interest of mine. I love it a lot. You have no idea. I will not stop talking about it, as you can probably tell by the fact that I have not stopped talking about it. If you are a-spec, have known for years, are just figuring stuff out, are still questioning, or an allo ally, I would love to have you. And if you have any comments or questions about A-spec identities, whether it's your own identity that doesn't get enough recognition, or something that I have said or people have said in previous conversations that you would love for me to elaborate on, please comment, message me, DM me, whatever you want to do to let me know. And I would love to answer your questions. And I will probably make videos about every single aspec identity and question that people will have. It's the point. I am starting with the more commonly known aspec identities, but I promise you we are going to get into micro labels and tertiary attractions and stuff like that. So don't think that this is just the asexual show with a little bit of arrow and agender. No, 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 no. We are going to be talking about it. I like this conversation, even if I am not part of certain aspec identities. I promise you, we will talk about it. I do my research, I look stuff up. I love this. So, yeah. Let me know if you would like me to discuss anything. I would love to talk about it. Bye! Hey. I started identifying with. I should probably put a warning at the front of this video. Like, we're talking about asexuality, which is the lack of sexual attraction, but that doesn't mean we will be talking about sexual attraction at all. And it doesn't get like super vivid, but like, I should still put a warning, especially if someone is repulsed or like, not appropriate for age, school, work, you know. I'm never one to be against not talking about this kind of stuff, but like, I understand you may just want to have a video on in the background while you're doing your work, and then all of a sudden I start talking about sexual attraction, and your boss walks in, and that's so sorry, bestie. So it is not, absolutely never have ever felt sexual attraction, ever. Do my research,